Nettie was saying that, that my, at the time, husband was very controlling and I shouldn't let him be that controlling. I should be allowed to go out, drink, party, and what have you. Honey, she calls herself the matriarch. Does she not? She must not know the gypsy tradition. No, the fuck you do not. Hey guys, welcome back to the Gossiping Gypsy Sisters. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Annie, formerly from TLC show Gypsy Sisters, where we break down things all gypsy, from our bling, from our food, our culture, our everyday lives, and we're inviting you to join it with us.
In addition, we are watching this for the very first time with you guys right here at our very own podcast. So if you're new here, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. So, Annie, what's been going on with you this week?
I've been on my weight loss shots. I have told you about those, right?
Well, I know you started it, and it looks like you've lost a lot of weight. How are you actually feeling from that shot? Because I really don't agree with that shot.
I've lost 17 pounds, 2 pant sizes. I'm feeling great. I don't want to lose no more.
Yeah, who are you trying to look good for?
Me, myself, and maybe my husband.
What's the name of that shot?
Semi-glutide.
Semi-glutide. And them tight fitting jeans. Okay.
Girl, I be looking good now, sister. Woo! Furthermore, with I've lost my weight. I'm really happy where I am now. Like I said, I've lost 17 pounds. But on top of all that, Chrislyn and Michaela and the baby, everybody's been here visiting me, of course, Mom's been here, Anthony, Gus, Laura, everybody's here visiting, so we've had a crazy week. And on top of all that, I've been trying to work in the midst of everybody being here. I don't ever get to see you and talk to you anymore because TikTok consumes your life.
That's true, but I want to go back to everybody over there at your camper because I know they're there. But one thing I've never asked you, where is everybody sleeping at in that camper? That's what I want to know.
Well, my camper's a 38 foot. It's got 4 beds in the back, and then the kitchen table turns into a bed, so they're scattered. Carly's been over at Laura and Gus's. Nettie and Michaela's been back in her room, and Crystal and the baby's been on the bed that makes into
the last time we were talking about you guys not having room in your camper, you was telling me you was camper shopping. I got a text message from you today with that big fifth wheel. Did you talk to Joey about getting it? What are you going to
do? Sure did. It'll be sitting in my yard this weekend.
Oh, so you've already you're definitely getting that.
100% I'm getting it. I'm hoping to have it here by the weekend. If not by this weekend, for sure by next weekend.
Well, you definitely need it because between you and me, there is definitely a lot more room needed. So far, we're comfortable over here. But you've got a lot of, like, between the kids and the grandkids, you definitely need more room.
I just want to know what's been going on in your life this week because I never hear from you no more.
Well, let me tell you, do you have a schedule with Jill? Like when you go to work every day, do you have a schedule?
I don't consume my life morning, noon, and night.
Honey, TikTok doesn't consume my life morning, noon, and night.
Oh,
it seems like I battle in the mornings from 10 to 12, and then in the evenings from 4 to 6. That's not life-consuming, babe. Actually, I'm working less hours than you are. And making quadruple the amount you're making.
Whatever. What else is happening over there?
So
I never hear from you, see, or talk to you anymore. So what else is happening over there?
Right, because when I'm not on TikTok, you're working. And when you get home, you're so caught up with your friends out here that you don't even know that we're out here. You're on everybody's lot but your own. You're never over here.
Me and Yoi went and did something yesterday. My kids has been here, so I've been busy.
Right. I don't judge you for that. That's my point. If I can understand your schedule, you need to understand mine, because when I'm free, you're not. And then again, when I'm free, you're still not free. So you need to cut down on what you're doing and prioritize the things you got going on.
I do. I'm prioritizing my work. Like you are.
You sure are. I consider us both, very independent at this point. You're working full time. I'm working full time. the best thing we can do, Annie, is try to make time for each other a little bit better than what we've been doing. But Annie, with all that being said, are you ready to dive right on into episode 104, Wedded for Disaster?
I suppose so.
Let's go, girl.
Kayla, why are you in your TikTok bedroom? Are you trying to go TikTok after this?
Honey,
Hello?
when we just got disconnected, instead of restarting in my living room where I know my Wi-Fi does not work, I just went ahead and come back here. The bedroom is the hot spot. This is where I get my Wi-Fi. This is where I get all my fans. This is where my TikTok goes down. This is where it all goes down, baby. So yeah, I'm sure we're going to get a connection in here. But
Whatever.
no, there is no whatever. So whatever. How about this? Are you ready to jump into episode 104, Wedded for Disaster?
Tonight.
Are you excited about this wedding?
If it's not what I wanted to do, would I have been doing it? That out there that don't want me at her wedding has never been there.
She's throwing up. Somebody's going down.
You take Robbie to love and cherish for as long as you both shall live.
I can't do this.
I would like to tell our viewers what 104 is about. Okay, the title already screams trouble, Wedded for Disaster, right? So what we're going to talk about in this episode to all of our viewers out there is Robbie meeting Lottie for the first time. Mellie has a bridal shower. She does a dress fitting. She finds out she's pregnant. Me and Annie have a talk about somebody getting knocked out at the wedding. Mellie tries on her wedding dress. Like, listen, this episode is full of a lot.
Fight.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. The fight with you and Laura, I forgot all about it until we just watched that damn episode. That was crazy. But let's go ahead and dive in and talk about episode 104, Amy.
Kayla,
what did you think?
I want to know, what the hell? Well, Nettie thought that artichoke was animal hearts.
What is that?
It is good.
Artichoke is animal hearts. Waitress, what are artichokes?
A heart of it is what we use to grind to make it.
It's not an animal heart?
Nettie thought artichoke hearts were animal hearts.
What the
It
hell?
almost makes me want to choke just to even think that she really did think that. Like, that's no joke. She thought that the spinach artichoke dip that every one of us were sitting there eating, that we were that heartless that we would actually sit there and eat animal hearts. Like,
That's
come
crazy.
on. No.
That's just straight up crazy.
It's unheard of, okay? I don't understand where that came from. But what I would next like to talk about, Nettie was saying that, that my, at the time, husband was very controlling and I shouldn't let him be that controlling. I should be allowed to go out, drink, party, and what have you. Honey, she calls herself the matriarch. Does she not? She must not know the gypsy tradition. No, the fuck you do not go out drinking and partying and shaking your ass. I don't care what kind of party it is without your spouse. What made her think that that's okay?
Yeah, no. Let's see if Joey would let her go out and party in a bar. Mellie come in there talking about she's mad that you didn't go out or whatever. Well, you just respected your husband like any woman would do.
Why would Richard and Gus think you're going on a bachelor party and we're going all the way to Ocean City just to go out and eat?
He didn't want me to be in a club without him.
And he needs to ease the up. My husband completely 100% trusts me to go wherever and do whatever.
It was freaking ridiculous. And let me just go ahead and make this known to everyone that does not know. Richard was not controlling. Rather I was married to him at the time or anyone else. I might get up and go on a girls' trip for a bachelorette party, but I'm going to keep it classy. I'm going to stay from the bars. You do not have to go to a bar to have a good time or have a fucking bachelorette party. So that to me was just as dumb as that shit sounded at the table. Disrespect is disrespect, bottom line. But right after that scene was going to the bridal shower, which I've never seen nothing remotely close to such a. Instead of Wedded for Disaster, that episode should have just been called A Disaster Off
Shit
the
show.
Rip.
A shit
It
show.
was a shit show.
How about Mellie finding out she's really pregnant?
Yeah, and she had Carly screaming, just like pinching her face, and here she's getting ready to have a baby.
Mellie, what the hell are you wearing at your bridal shower?
A bridal shower can go screw herself. You know what this is today? It's another stay singles party.
Oh dear, what happened?
Don't even want to talk about it.
Mellie looks like she's done been drug out of bed, no shower, like she had been crying. I was like, what in the world is going on?
I got something to tell y'all. I'm pregnant.
What?
There you go. I told you so.
We all suspected that she was pregnant. And then
And
she
she had a
actually
major
finds
meltdown.
out. Yeah, like, okay, so if you don't want to get pregnant, use birth control. Don't wait for shit like that to happen and then have a meltdown.
Don't be silly, cover Willie.
Annie, what in the hell did you think when Mellie sat there and decides to blurt out she's pregnant?
Oh my God, this girl don't need a kid. She's too wild and crazy.
Wild and crazy? Well, what about when she was sitting there crying? She showed up at her bridal shower, sitting there. We wouldn't really known at the time why she was so upset with Robbie. Looked like Robbie was the only mature one. Who drinks and smokes during the pregnancy? She got mad at Robbie
Mellie.
for Robbie telling her not to drink and smoke. Like, he shouldn't have that shouldn't even have to be told to her.
When I told Robbie I was pregnant, Robbie was excited. He told me he got his mission accomplished because now I'm stuck with him forever. I'm really upset that he is putting all this pressure on me right now to stop drinking and smoking, so we got into a huge fight over it.
She thought she could really drink and smoke with and this is her first kid. Honey, this has nothing to do with gypsy culture, babe. Like, this is, if you're mature enough to be sitting here right now at a bachelorette party or a bridal shower because you're getting married, but you don't even know how to take care of a pregnancy, I think you need to just stop everything right here. If you don't know how to be a mom, you damn sure can't be a wife.
No. But Kayla, Mellie ain't a wife today.
Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. She's not a wife, and she did lose some of her kids. But even after all that, from what I've heard, because I don't know, I don't talk to Mellie, and I know you don't, but I did hear all these years later that she's kind of like got all of her kids back. And I really do wish her well. I hope that she's a much better person than she once was. But how about that wedding dress that she had Sandra Celli make? She designed leopard cut out. It put me in the mind of like one of her stripper outfits.
This is not the dress that I pictured. It is the wedding dress of my dreams. We're gonna do a photo. I'm ready to get married for this dress. This dress just set it off top. I love you.
It was a beautiful dress. Why
That's what I
get
was gonna
married
say.
in that? Why would she go get that as a wedding dress?
I was thinking the same thing, man. Like, that dress was a true, like, gypsy style all the way. But not for
Beautiful dress.
not for no wedding. That to me was more like a prom dress. And the heels had all those diamonds on it. Like, even her shoes was beautiful, but the dress was so big that you couldn't even see the shoes under the dress. Even if she walked and tried to show them, could you see them?
She did all that ass backwards. And the holes in it right here, that looks like something that she would have wore for a big sweet 16th birthday or something. Not no wedding. Listen, enough about the dresses. Here comes the wedding. She starts cussing everybody out in that little hallway, telling them to get out of her way, freaking out, screaming at people. Do you remember that
Because
night?
I actually do remember that. And
everybody's in there waiting for her to come down the aisle, and Mellie's just freaking out, cussing everybody out.
Shut the up now! I'm getting sick of it!
As if the wedding dress wasn't enough for the spotlight and attention to be on her. No matter where Mellie's at, no matter what Mellie's doing, the attention has to be on her. And no matter where Nenny's at, what Nenny's doing, she has to be the center of attention. That's why they're always clashing, because they both want to be center of attention so bad that they're fighting one or the other to take that spot, when in reality, if they would just slow down, be the sisters that they are, they wouldn't have nearly the drama that they have.
Listen.
Rather than mothering each other.
Here's my opinion. The whole wedding was a big shit show from the start to the middle, the beginning to end, all of it. The whole thing was just one big shit show. Kayla, what the heck was going on off camera? We seen all this going on camera. Imagine what was going on off the camera. I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember it all.
Okay, well, off camera, when me and you were on the way to the wedding, all I could think in the back of my mind was, somebody's going to get knocked the fuck out. Like, the rage that Nenny was in, Mellie was in. I feel like Nenny was trying to take Mellie's spotlight from her on her big
And we
day.
were all in that little bitty hall. Like, I remember, like, it was,
And we were suffocating. It was so hot. Everybody was so irritable. Again, hey, at least Nenny did get to show up, because at the end of the day, I already knew that Lottie wasn't really going to be hateful enough to say she can't come. But if Nenny would have had her way, Lottie wouldn't have been there, not at the dress reveal or the wedding, had it went Nettie's way. But thankfully, they could overlook that and all make it to the wedding. But that wedding was just an overall disaster.
You did keep saying that the wedding wasn't going to last, that they wouldn't stay together. They wasn't going to last. And look, how many minutes she been through since then?
Forget that. Before she even married him, she said if he ever tried to control her or be in any kind of a way of like controlling or jealous, that she would just call the wedding off. I don't think Mellie married Robbie for the right reasons. I think she married Robbie for the wedding dress and to be the center of attention. Baby, once that wedding was done, me and Nenny made a bet. Nenny said 6 months, I said 2 weeks. I don't think it lasted 3 weeks. And you know, off camera, the things that was never even shown was even worse than what was shown. Like you said, everybody fighting, people that was in the background that was drinking, getting drunk. I was like, we had to be there because we was a part of this show, but I didn't even want to be a part of any of it because I knew what it was going to bring. But I am surprised that it wasn't no more disastrous than what it was. But that was some crazy. That's one of the craziest ones I've ever been to in my life, ever in my life.
I don't know. I'm done talking about Mellie and her shit show wedding.
Well, tell me this: what was your overall rating on episode 104, Wedded for Disaster?
-5.
A -5? Well,
yeah.
My overall rating, the TV world is drama, so for the TV world, they got a 10. They got a 10 out of a 10. But on the real world, I would rate that a 0 for a wedding for myself. Like, I couldn't imagine taking a wedding and it being a train wreck off the rip. I mean, not trying to go back through the scene, but who brings a dog to their bridal shower and let it just pop a squat in the floor of the hotel? Like, there was just so many things going back over the whole entire episode that was just not okay. But I rated a 10.
It was just a disaster from start to finish.
I rated a 10 as far as the audience. But with all that being said, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I give you my honest opinion on my rating. Annie give you hers. Again, if this is your first time here, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We also love to answer fan mail. So we want to hear what your burning questions are from episode 104 so that when we come back for 105, we can answer those for you. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Not.
Hey, Kayla. Kayla, episode 105. Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
Can't wait
Who's
for
your
that
baby? Oh my God. I didn't think I would like doing these as much as I do, but I actually do because I've never got to see them. And seeing them takes me back to the moments that we actually lived in those times. And it's giving me a reality check. Like, what the heck was I thinking?
All right. So, with that being said, guys, be sure to come back when we discuss episode 105, Who's Your Daddy? Robbie and Mellie get into a big fight. Mellie's rushed to the hospital because he's having pregnancy complications. OMG is all I'm going to say. Bye, guys.
To me, it's screaming, attention, attention. Please be sure to come back and check this out. Emergency 911.